Mr. Erdogan has invited President Putin to Turkey during August. And on Friday, during the prayer service in Istanbul, Erdogan spoke about his hopes that Putin would be coming to Turkey and his wishes about Turkey's steps to recreate the Black Sea grain agreement. We have not determined the date yet. Discussions are continuing. I hope Putin's visit to Turkey will take place in August. Now, I don't understand how that's possible, because Turkey and President Erdogan are members of NATO. Putin is wanted on by the courts, and there is an arrest warrant for Putin. I don't understand how President Erdogan is not bound by that. So I think Erdogan's going to Moscow, perfectly reasonable. Putin's coming to Istanbul is wishful thinking. I don't think Putin will risk that. Even now, says Erdogan, as the Ministry of Food, Agriculture and Livestock, we will continue to take these steps and support poor countries. We know we agree with Russia on this issue. In other words, we will convert the grain from Russia via the Black Sea corridor into flour, transport it to the poor and underdeveloped African countries. Putin and Erdogan had a telephone call on Wednesday. The Turkish president called on his Russian counterpart to avoid any escalation in the war between Russia and Ukraine. He emphasized that the grain agreement is a bridge to peace. Last month, Russia quit the July 2022 deal brokered by the United Nations and by Turkey, aimed at easing the global food crisis after Russia's invasion of Ukraine 5 months earlier. Russia and Ukraine are both leading grain exporters. The United States would continue to do whatever is necessary to ensure Russia can freely export food if there was a revival of a deal allowing the safe Black Sea export of Ukrainian grain, Antony Blinken has said on Thursday. The problem is that Russia has now been bombing the grain silos and has been promising free grain to Africa, but that's only limited because the free grain Russia is offering is the grain it's stolen from Ukraine. We want to see that food on world markets. We want everyone to benefit from the lower prices, says Blinken. But, you know, in a way, can we believe Blinken? Can we believe Putin? It's very disturbing. Russia's UN ambassador, Dmitry Polyansky, accused Western countries of an arrogant unwillingness to help fulfill the United Nations pact with Moscow. He stressed that Russia held a larger share of the global wheat market than Ukraine and was a key fertilizer exporter. Western countries need to focus on ensuring that Russian grain and fertilizers can get to countries in need without hindrance. Well, there we are. But that is the agenda that Russia is set on, and Russia is set on convincing the nations of Africa that it will provide them with support. So Africa is part of the target at the moment, and the West will ignore that at its peril.